In the top stories, St. Kitts and Nevis is urging stronger global action to support vulnerable island states. A Barbados man has been jailed after police uncovered a hidden cache of military-style weapons beneath his home, and Hezbollah has rejected a U.S.-backed ceasefire proposal as fighting continues in Lebanon. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Friday, June 5th. I'm Zai Hendrickson. St. Kitts and Nevis has used a major international environmental forum to call for greater support for small island states facing climate and development challenges. Speaking at the 8th Assembly of the Global Environment Facility in Uzbekistan, Minister of Sustainable Development, Environment, Climate Action and Constituency Empowerment, Dr. Joel Clark, reaffirmed the Federation's commitment to sustainable development and climate resilience. Dr. Clark told delegates that stronger international cooperation will be needed to address the interconnected challenges of climate change, biodiversity loss, as well as pollution. She also emphasized the need for faster access to financing and greater support for small island developing states and other vulnerable communities. The minister then welcomed the use of multidimensional vulnerability index as a tool for better reflecting the challenges faced by vulnerable nations. She also called for greater investment in the communities on the front lines of climate change and renewed commitment to global sustainable development goals. The Global Environment Facility Assembly brings together governments, developmental partners, civil society organizations, as well as environmental experts to help shape international environment policy as well as investment. Continuing locally, St. Kitts and Nevis has begun work on a roadmap designed to guide the Federation's transition to 100% renewable electricity generation by 2030. The process got underway on Wednesday with a two-day consultative workshop at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, bringing together stakeholders to help shape the country's renewable energy future. The workshop is being led by the Energy Unit in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Energy and Utilities. The initiative is being funded by the European Union through Euroclima Caribbean Program and is being implemented in partnerships with the United Nations Development Program and the Greening the Islands Foundation. Officials say that the roadmap will help to provide the technical, institutional, and strategic framework needed to support the country's energy transition. The project also supports St. Kitts and Nevis's national target of reducing economy-wide carbon emissions by 61% by 2030 compared with 2010 levels. Still on the local scene, the Agri Night Market will take on a festive feel later this month, with a special edition planned on the eve of the St. Kitts Nevis Music Festival. The event will be held on June 26 from 5 to 10 p.m. at the public market in Irish Town. Organized by the Ministry of Agriculture, the special edition will combine the night's market usual local goods with entertainment as well as entrepreneurship. Farmers, vendors, and entrepreneurs are being encouraged to register and take part. Moving on regionally, a Barbados man has been sentenced to nearly 7 years in prison after police discovered a military-grade weapons arsenal hidden beneath his bedroom floor. Justice Christopher Birch handed down the sentence to Juan Geraldo Clement in the Barbados Supreme Court on Friday. Clement pleaded guilty to illegally possessing a semi-automatic shotgun, 2 AK-47 automatic rifles, and a semi-automatic rifle. The cache was discovered by law enforcement officials in an underground cellar in April 2018. Justice Birch set a starting point of 15 years for each firearm due to the unprecedented scale and sophistication of the offense. The sentence was later reduced down to almost 7 years to account for Clement's early guilty plea and time already spent on remand. Clement was also sentenced to 5 years for possession of ammunition and was convicted, reprimanded, and discharged on related cannabis charges. Moving along internationally, the Parliament of Suriname is reviewing a request from the Public Prosecutor's Office to strip the immunity of multiple former government officials. Chairman of Parliament Ashwin Aden confirmed that the National Assembly received the constitutional documents on Monday. Aden stated that Parliament will review the file and follow all constitutional procedures before placing the matter on the agenda for a vote. The vote will determine if the unnamed individuals will be stripped of their immunity to face prosecution. Local media houses have named the former ministers as Branto Somohardo, Gilmo Hofdrad, and V. Noor Mohammed as potential targets of the investigation. Parliament has not officially confirmed any names or numbers. Somohardo, who is the current member of parliament, released a statement saying he has nothing denying involvement in any wrongdoing. Hezbollah has rejected a United States-backed ceasefire proposal aimed at ending months of cross-border hostilities between Israel and Lebanon. Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem dismissed the proposal, describing the U.S.-led negotiations as futile, saying the terms would not amount to a surrender. Under the proposal, Hezbollah would be required to end its attacks and withdraw fighters to the Litani River along the Lebanese army to allow control of the border area. Despite ongoing diplomatic efforts, fighting continued on Thursday. The Lebanese Health Ministry and Israeli airstrikes across southern Lebanon and the Bekaa Valley said at least 8 people and 15 others were injured. The United Nations peacekeeping force in Lebanon has also reported the death of a Serbian peacekeeper following a mortar strike near Mir Jun. Meanwhile, the Israeli military said one of its own soldiers was killed in southern Lebanon. Israel and Lebanon are expected to resume talks on June 22nd. Continuing internationally, a man hailed as a hero for disarming an attacker during the deadly Bondi Beach mass shooting has been charged by Australian police with domestic violence offences. 44-year-old Ahmed Al-Ahmed was charged with domestic violence, common assault, stalking, and intimidation following an incident involving his father in March. Al-Ahmed has denied the allegations, and he is scheduled to appear in court in Sydney on June 29. Al-Ahmed previously received widespread acclaim in December after intervening a terrorist attack at a Jewish Hanukkah event in Sydney, where 15 people were killed. Footage showed Al-Ahmed wresting the firearm from one of the alleged attackers. He sustained multiple gunshot wounds during the altercation and received a hospital visit from Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, who praised his bravery. A public fundraiser subsequently raised over 2.5 million Australian dollars to support his recovery. Now turning to today's weather. Today is partly cloudy with skies of chances of passing showers for St. Kitts and Nevis over the next 24 hours. A weak tropical wave could trigger periods of shower activity across the island, even as generally settled continues. Saharan dust will also remain in the area in varying concentrations. Today will be partly cloudy with a 60% chance of passing showers. Similar conditions are expected tonight with a 60% chance of showers continuing. Temperatures will reach a high of 32 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit with an overnight low of 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be easterly at 15 to 13 kilometers per hour or 9 to 18 miles per hour. Seas will range from 1.8 to 1.8 meters or 4 to 6 feet. Sunset today is at 6:43 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 5:36 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Zai Hendrickson.